Welcome, everybody, to the Cinema Head Cheese Podcast, Episode 2. I'm Kevin Moyers, and we got a lot going on lately on the website, which is good. We had a little slowdown, but I've been pretty busy lately, and I'm the only one who works the website, so it's up to me. And when I got a lot going on, including a 2-year-old's birthday party, it gets a little crazy. So what we got here this week is an interview that Heather Henshaw did with fellow Texan Billy Blair. If you don't know Billy, it's because he's just getting started in the business. He was in Jonah Hex as sort of a henchman to John Malkovich, and he was also one of the crazy henchmen in Machete, or Machete, as he and Heather like to say. So I got to warn you, if you haven't seen Machete and you want to, hold off on this one. Major spoiler in this interview. But Billy's pretty forthcoming. I dug it. He kind of gives you an idea of what it's like to be on the lower end of Hollywood, and he was lucky enough in both of those pictures to sort of get his part expanded, which is cool. And he's also in a band, and you'll hear all about that stuff. Now, before we get that started, I want to say that you guys have been great. I really appreciate it. So do Jeff and Dave and everybody else associated with the site. We've been getting great responses to what we're doing, and I love it. I absolutely love it. And our fan base is steadily growing. It's slowly creeping along, but it's getting bigger and bigger, and that's really nice. So if you're on our Facebook page, which is Facebook.com/CinemaHeadCheese, like us, and then suggest a page to your friends. Get more people, and especially your friends that like movies. Now, another thing we have going on is for anybody who's really, really into us, if you head over to CinemaHeadCheese.com, please click the little heart on the toolbar on the bottom, and that's our donate button. You can donate to us through PayPal, help us keep the site going. Of course, web hosting and all of this stuff, it does cost us money, and we're trying to get sponsors and things like that. So, and if you want to sponsor us, if you have a business that you'd like to see attached to Cinema Head Cheese, you'd like to see us advertise on our website and on our show, feel free to send us an email, cinemaheadcheese@yahoo.com, or for anything. If you want to talk to us, go ahead and do that, or you can tweet us at CINHeadCheese. So we've got a lot going on. Interview with Mink Stoll coming up from countless John Waters movies and the brand new All About Eve. We've got videos. We're going to have a little mini video show coming up pretty soon. It's just so much. So like I said, if you like us, help support us, click the heart on the toolbar at cinemaheadcheese.com. So now, without further ado, I'm going to bring you Heather Henshaw's interview with Billy Blair. Pardon the noise. She kind of caught him on the fly and interviewed him outside of a coffee shop out there in Texas. They sat down together. So there's a little bit of noise from the road and other people, but it's not so unbearable that you can't get through it. And like I said, watch out for that spoiler because it's coming. All right, guys? Thanks. Enjoy.
Alright, so you're in two of this year's biggest action-packed movies, Jonah Hex and Machete. Can you tell us a little about Jonah Hex?
Jonah Hex. That was my first big blockbuster type movie. That was another movie where it started small and it went bigger. Normally, when directors are, as you're going through filming, there's a lot of trial and error. And of course, when you think you're done, you're not. That's why if you ever have your hair long or have a scruffy face, whatever it is, and you're done filming, don't cut it or shave it because they're going to call you back because they have the reshoots. And that's what happened with this. There was reshoots and they called me back, made my part bigger. And I got the taste of the first class flight, and in the limo pickup, and the guy holding your name in the airport, and the hookup at the Standard Hotel downtown LA, and it was fun. Josh Brolin, Megan Fox, and John Malkovich. It was real cool.
Can you tell us a little about your character in that?
I play John Malkovich's gang member, and I was just normally just supposed to be just a guy in the background, just with a gun, and then they finally gave me a line. But he didn't throw up.
Which brings me to the next film. You're in Machete.
Machete.
Tell us a little bit about that film.
That's my what is it? The icing on the cake. That started off as a small role as well, and of course, again, I was saying with the directing, the trial and error, and actually finding out, getting a better idea while shooting, just happened that way with my character, and it just got bigger, and gave me more dialogue and a development of the character, because you see me throwing up, and I'm kind of toughing it up, in the middle fighting, and then at the very end I'm able to kill Mr. De Niro.
So you would say Billy finally, as Vaughn puts it, mans up.
Mans up.
End.
That's right. Mans up at the end, and hopefully I could continue it on the next one.
Think he'll be the lead bad guy in the next?
I don't know.
Machete kills or Machete kills again?
I don't know. No one's saying that. No one is really saying anything. Only certain people in the circle are saying you're going to come back, but I don't want to get my hopes up.
Both your characters in these films are named Billy. How does it feel to play yourself in both these films?
Well, what's cool is that when they call my name, I know they're either calling the character. If they're calling the character, it's my name, so I can answer. Originally, on Jonah Hex, my character's name was Wade, and my partner was Billy. So they would call us by our character's name, and when they said Billy, both of us go, what? So they just said, oh, wait. You know what? We're gonna give you Billy, since you're Billy, and then give him Wade. So they swapped the name, and it just made it easier. But yeah, I mean, and Machete, it was really my character, my full name. On the script, it's Billy Blair.
Oh, wow.
They couldn't come up with a name, and Robert's sister, Rebecca, said, she goes, I hope you don't mind that we use your name. We just couldn't come up with a name. I go, oh, no, shit. Makes it easy. I get to play myself, pretty much. So.
Well, Billy does seem to be a favorite in this movie. From all the people I have seen this film with,
kick ass.
Everyone literally loves Billy and is quoting him on Facebook, and when we all leave the theater, everyone's yelling the famous quote, fuck him up.
Fuck him up.
How do you feel about, just one quote becoming such a used phrase? And
well, it's cool, man, because it's like, Arnold Schwarzenegger, I'll be back. Everybody said that. And if everybody's gonna use this, then I better go get it patent.
I'll say I've even used it on my Facebook status.
No, I'm just kidding.
I will say that.
It's crazy, It's funny because when we shot the movie, we always thought "Welcome to America" was gonna be the one, because it just, it's a "Welcome to America." But yeah, "Fuck 'em Up's even better because it's "Fuck 'em Up." I love it.
Awesome. Yeah. This film seems like it was a lot of fun. Is there any fun stories or memorable stories that you have on this film that you can share?
Yeah, I just don't know if I can say it. Okay, and it's all good. It's all good, Everybody's got their way of working, but working with Don Johnson was pretty funny. I think when we did the beginning scene, when we come in through the Jeep over the hill, and all the immigrants are coming in, during shoot, I think he was a little tipsy, and it was interesting, man, because I'm sure he was, because I was standing outside the Jeep, he was in the Jeep, and however feet that is, I could smell it. and he was forgetting his lines. It was cool. I mean, it's cool to see somebody big fuck up, because it makes you even feel better about yourself. Just makes everything so real, because anybody can fuck up. But there was a scene where I guess he was supposed to coming down the hill, one of the takes, and he was supposed to put it on park, and he didn't put it on park, and he got off the car, and it started rolling. So he jumped back right under real quick and slammed it. But he stayed in character. He came back out, did his line, forgot his gun in the car, but he went with it. It was funny. It was funny.
So I know you also have a band, so I want to move from the movie issue to about your band. I would love
Messer. Yeah, it's been around for almost a year now, or over a year, a little over a year now. I grabbed a bunch of heavy hitters local here that actually have done something big in the past in music. And I figured, man, if I put the biggest heavy hitters, we could be like a local super group, because they always do good, or at least get more attention. So I did that, and ever since then we got a lot of attention nationally. Didn't quite go as far as we did in the beginning, where we thought it was going to. I mean, there were a lot of promises and all that. But now, Machete's helping out. There's talks of possibly opening up for Kiss coming out. I know we had a contest coming out recently. Get your band to open up for Kiss, and we're at the top. For a while we're on top of. I mean, the number one band on the list out of 100 bands. So that's not bad.
Not at all.
But we, towards the end there, we dropped to 3. But Kiss picks the first five bands. So we're waiting on that. But Messer's a good rock and roll, sing along, radio friendly hard rock band. Is that too long?
No, not at all. You're fine. I think everyone should come to Texas and see it.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. A lot of good music. A lot of good music. A lot of good.
Ray Moss.
Yeah. Oh yeah. ZZ Top. Johnny Poole, which is recently. I mean, even people were from here, like guitarist of Alice in Chains, who's from Texas here. Nikki Sixx from Motley Crue, lived in El Paso one time.
Definitely.
But a lot of good talent in Texas.
And lots of good Texas movies.
Actors as well, and directors. There you go.
Like Machete. Texas film.
Texas rules.
Even though we're not really like that.
But it's too fucking hot. Summer.
I do agree. That was one quote in the movie.
Yeah, that's right. Well, yeah.
It's hot in Texas.
Anybody that's from Texas and heard that, you're right. Agreed.
I think the whole theater did that.
Yeah.
Chuckled.
So, yep.
So what would you say is in the future for you, music and movie-wise? What's up and coming, or?
Yeah, well, you can never can't tell, As long as you got your head on straight, you feel good about every step you make. It's so cliche when you say it, but it's so true. You gotta stay focused. And like my part, I used to party. I used to party hard because my heroes did, and I was in a rock band. I was in a rock band first than acting. So, it brought me down. Struck me down pretty bad. So I've been clean for 9 months now. Total different outlook on life and everything else that I'm doing. But I see more going on. Because I'm pumped up, I got my head clear. There's things happening. There's certain things that are starting to stir up now, music and the acting. Now that Machete's out, I got heavy hitters from LA taking interest, even on Robert's side of his side of the woods. So it's a slow development right now, and it's always one thing takes the other thing off. You know what I mean? Whether if the movies make it, then I can bring my band up, as long as it doesn't suck. And I don't think it sucks. But I'm not getting my hopes up. It's step by step and just going the right way.
So you said you started with music and then went to movies. How did you make the transition into going into movies and pursuing that?
Well, I always dug acting. As a kid, with a neighborhood friend of mine, we used to, when we were kids, we used to act out Star Wars, and Superman and Batman. We would just play. It was us playing that, and I kind of just stuck with it, just a dreamer. Music came to me junior high school. See, I was supposed to be a tennis player, because I'm also a tennis player, and I was going to go pro tennis. I saw a Motley Crue video, changed my life forever. I go, man, I want to be raunchy, get all the groupies, party hard. That's just a rock star thing. So, man, I started that, I think, 13 years old on, and then in the 90s, I got bored with it. I wasn't going anywhere, really. I go, man, you know what? I'm going to do acting. Because I wanted to do that. So I'm going to give that a shot. So I did, and as soon as I got into it, I started finding mutual friends that were in the business also, that were getting into acting, which made it even more better. We hung out with them more, and one of them taught acting. And he became a photographer, and he did headshots. So he did my headshots. Pretty much taught me how to act. And I went to college for a while for acting, drama, theater. And once you figure it out, you're in on the acting. I don't think certain people need take lessons all their life or whatever just to pick up the chops, but. It's a waste of money. But anyways, that's how it evolved. And then that wasn't going anywhere because of the agent I had before the guy I got now, which is his name's Joe Chavez. Blissfully thankful. And nothing was happening. And then I said, fuck acting. Went back to music. Like for the longest time, it was 7 years, and then I get a phone call from Joe Chavez from the Klutz Agency, and I was like, Klutz Agency? I thought they gave up on me. I go, what the hell? So I went to meet with him, and he's a younger guy, but he's hungry for it, and he's got his game on. But he came off as, some Hollywood wannabe schmuck. And he thought I was a homeless fuck. So, we were even on the first impression. And he goes, yeah, I'm going to send you off on some gigs or some auditions, see how you do. If you don't, then you're out. Pretty much. It was brutal. He goes, you got so many days to give me new headshots, because the ones I had that he had of me were like 7 years ago. So I'm like, cool. I'm a man of my word. I'll get it down. So I did in the first gig, or first audition that he sent me off was a Joe's Crab Shack commercial, and I got it nationwide.
You play a devil in that, right?
That's right. Hey, did you do your homework? Then you're gonna be a good interviewer. Is that how you say it? Yeah. So and then from there, I just started climbing up. We went from Mongolian Deathworm. I actually got a part in that movie. I Hope They Serve Beer in Hell, but they cut it out completely. It's not even in the deleted scenes. They said it was horrible, but in all, I think the directing was horrible because they just kept saying, "Oh yeah, good, all right." They didn't tell me exactly what they want.
Yeah, I've heard stories about that movie.
Yeah. Oh well, there you go. That alone, enough said. But I had a part in that, and then it just kept going on. I had Mongolian Deathworm, Jonah Hex, and then Machete. And I got another one coming out called Natural Selection. It's got some heavy hitters. Can't think of the names because I'm just bad at names. But if you go to IMDb, you'll see it. Natural Selection. I play a biker.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Look at you go.
And then you have a film after that, Hotel Hostel.
Hostility Hotel. That's an independent. That's local. I play transvestite. It's pretty fun. I mean,
I think you'd make a very sexy transvestite.
Hey, you got to see the pictures. I think so too. It's funny because when I actually built that character like that, and Justin Powers, the director, loved it. And when he told me about the role, I go, I want it because it's a transvestite. Not only that, but you're drug induced as well. And I wanted to play something that I never am every day. So I had to develop, the flamboyant on top of being drugged out of my mind. And what is it? Where you're in and out of just drama. What's that?
Just living a soap opera.
Yeah. No. My mind went left. Where you're happy one time and you're sad the other. Bipolar. And suicidal. So I mean, it's pretty interesting. When we're doing the scenes, it was crazy. Everybody kind of flipped out. So I think I developed it pretty good.
That'll be interesting to see.
Well, it's supposed to be done by November. I think that's what he said. So we'll check it out. We'll be on film festivals.
Hopefully. I know I'll see it. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, you better. Shit.
Definitely will see it. And the band. By the way, I don't know when it's going to come out, but September 11th, this Saturday at the Curtain Club. And you're invited. Thank you. I will be there.
All right, cool.
I will definitely come. But thank you so much for doing this interview. And is there anything you'd like to add to it, or any last words?
It's truly true when they say keep doing what you're doing and don't give up. You'll get it. You'll get there. And I'll tell you this: some people, it happens for some people automatically, which is lucky. And sometimes it hits people later, which a lot of people it happens to, because it's a hard business, and it took me over 11 years to finally kind of get there. So, man, it can bring you down. Just expect this. And I was telling this to somebody. I go, expect failure, rejection, heartbreak, turmoil. I mean, bumps and bruises, all that. Expect it, because it's there, and it's brutal. But you got to be strong. If you keep yourself clean, you'll definitely be stronger. But man, it's a tough business. It's a backstabbing business, industry, music and acting. And you gotta hang in there, but you'll get there. Even if it's a 15 minutes of fame kind of thing, you'll get there. Yeah. Is that good? Well, there you go.
Well, there you have it, folks. Heather Henshaw with Billy Blair. Go check him out in Jonah Hex and Machete. And like I said, go to cinemaheadcheese.com. You can connect to pretty much anything and everything you want from us. We have our Say Now number, our YouTube channel, our Facebook, our Twitter pages, everything and anything you could ever want. So head over there. We are also now available on iTunes. If you want to automatically download this podcast, please feel free to do so. The link to our feed burner page is on our toolbar at cinemaheadcheese.com if you like to use Google Reader or Juice or any other program like that. And the iTunes page, you just open up your iTunes, type in Cinema Head Cheese, and you will find it. So thanks again for tuning into episode 2. Next one, Jeff Dolniak interviews Mink Stoll, and we're going to get a few other interesting things going. So keep in touch with us. It's going to get weirder and more interesting. We also have a sci-fi horror fest coming to town, and we're going to get a hold of as many people as we can for that. So that should be a hell of a good time. So thanks again. Like I said, this is Kevin Moyers, and stay cheesy, folks. All right? Have a good one.